Hi, my name is Xander Shahin.
My name is Jaden Pauling.
And my name is Sarah Dominguez, and our project is about the boycott effect.
In order to demonstrate this effect, we filled 2 tubes with vegetable oil and microbeads. After uniformly mixing the tubes, we measured the settling rates of the tubes vertically and at a 45-degree angle. What tube would you intuitively think settled faster, the vertical tube or the one on a 45-degree angle? Let's check it out. As you can see, the vertical tube settled at approximately 20 seconds, and the inclined tube settled within approximately 6.27 seconds. This is all because of the boycott effect, which states that the rate at which solid particles sediment under the action of gravity can be greatly enhanced if the walls of the settling vessel are inclined rather than vertical.
As seen in the diagram, the forces acting on the particles are an upward drag, gravity, and a buoyancy force that is negative since the particles are denser than the fluid. We then use Stokes' law for flow to calculate the terminal velocity of a single particle settling. From there, we calculated a theoretical settling time of 19.5 seconds, which corresponds to our measured time of 20 seconds. In a fixed frame relative to the fluids, both the vertical and inclined tubes have the same terminal velocity. However, they have different fluid velocities.
The decrease in settling time for an inclined tube can ultimately be attributed to an observed settling convection. In the vertical case, the fluid has no velocity, so the particles settle at a constant rate which corresponds to the Stokes velocity. In the inclined tube, although the terminal velocity of the particles relative to the fluid remains the same, the whole fluid velocity is non-zero, and this convective flow rapidly increases the settling rate. This convection occurs as a result of the inclined surface above the fluid. As you can see on the right, the inclined surface below the fluid is actually not necessary. Once settling begins, you can consider the fluid as consisting of 2 parts, clear fluid and fluid with particles, which have different densities and thus different hydrostatic pressure forces acting on them. Normally, the direction of this density gradient is vertical and parallel to gravity. Under an inclined surface, we can see that the gradient of density has a horizontal component, which can be seen by the less dense fluid immediately under the inclined surface. This will always result in flow. You can see in this demonstration the convection of the fluid.
This phenomenon can be observed in lamelloclarifiers, which are utilized during industrial water treatment to separate particles and clarify liquid. The inclined plate allows a larger surface area for the particles to aggregate and to settle on, and introduces a countercurrent flow directing the clarified fluid upwards. The boycott effect also plays a role in the unusual phenomenon of sinking bubbles in a stout Guinness beer from the tap.